Hello again, I'm Robert Fithen here in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Long live rock, it says. All right, well, let's check it out. Cleveland, Ohio is where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. And if you're not familiar with the United States, that is right in the middle of the country, in the Midwest. This is the outside as we walk in, and this, of course, is the inside. There are, I believe, 5 levels, something like that. To the left, you have a cafe where you can get something quick to eat, and to the right, as soon as you walk in the door, it's all kinds of stuff to buy. T-shirts and cups and books and magnets and bracelets and all kinds of stuff here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is a business, by the way. The point here is to make money. So I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up for those who may not be so fond of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But yeah, this is the store. Caps and jackets and shirts and beads and even some guitars. You can actually buy guitars here. You can buy musical equipment. You can buy postcards and whatever. And of course, you can buy records to play on these wonderful high-end Crosley turntables that they're selling here with the Bluetooth Marshall speakers. But yeah, the records they have here, they have the big ones, of course, that are featured artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and even beyond that as well. But they're actually, I was kind of surprised to see they're actually, the prices are typical. They don't have a huge markup. I thought these things would be like, 20% markup here because you got them at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but actually they're just priced the same as they would be anywhere else, all these records. But I don't see a lot of CDs. There's just a couple, but yeah, just a lot of records here to buy. All new, of course, there's not any used records or anything like that. But yeah, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the gift shop here, right as you walk in the door. It's like, bam. And yeah, of course, as you walk out as well. But yeah, here's the guitars you can buy, some like replica type stuff. Those aren't real guitars. Real guitars are over on the other wall. Got a padded door. Just in case you want to just start banging your head, you can do it in comfort. Little sections for like the Beatles and different groups like that are huge. And yeah, like I said, shot glasses, all kinds of stuff. The typical gift shop type stuff. Here's the exhibit guide. This gives you an idea of the layout of the land here. And like I said, there are actually 6 levels. There's actually 7 because the first level is level 0. And I wanted to say this, if you take nothing else away from this video, understand this. Oh, great, our featured exhibit is Bon Jovi Forever. But remember this, when you walk in and go to the first level, which is level 0 for the exhibits, you don't want to hurry through that. Because you don't want to think, oh, well, I got to get to the other level, so I better hurry up and go through this. Level 0 is where most things are. As you can see, they're renovating here. They're going to have a new entrance and a new place to play as well. So they've got a new stage coming in and all that. Like I said, always raking in the money and always improving, so that's good. First thing you see when you enter the exhibit area is the CBGB's sign there. And the first real exhibit that you encounter is, of course, the influencers. That makes sense. The people who started off rock and roll in the early days, before it was rock and roll. Bessie Smith and Nat King Cole and Mahalia Jackson, Freddie King, Billie Holiday, Jelly Roll. They're all on here. The Soul Stirrers, Dinah Washington. So yeah, just a quick blurb on a lot of the different people that came before rock and roll. And then we get into the roots of rock and roll. That's Etta James's yellow dress there. You can see Laverne Baker's dress to the right of that. Johnny Otis's guitar. Sam Cooke's camera. Bo Diddley's guitar. All kinds of cool stuff to look at. Basically, this is like a hard rock cafe without the without the waiters. That's basically what this is. A lot of sheet music, a lot of handwritten lyrics, things like that you could expect to see. So. Flyers and show bills and stuff like that for Ike and Tina. Guitars, you got John Lee Hooker's guitar here, the Sunburst. Also Albert Collins's guitar, the one that was owned by Les Paul there. Nice. Mabel Carter's guitar. And Howlin' Wolf's guitar as well. So walking over here, you got the guitar once played by Bill Haley. Rock Around the Clock, the guy that made millions of people mispronounce Halley's Comet. Section on the blues here. You got Furry Lewis's guitar case there. Also T-Bone Walker's guitar. That's Sunburst. You got Buddy Guy's guitar. To the right of that, the unmistakable guitar of Muddy Waters. An award given to B.B. King is in there as well. Over here, you've got some of the more country stuff, country blues. Hank Williams, unmistakable uniform there, his suit, and cowboy hats belonging to people like Bob Wills. The bluegrass, country and bluegrass section there. Walking over here, we got just all kinds of cool stuff. Mahilla Jackson again represented, and dresses. That's the gospel section there. The beat goes on, so we continue the history of rock and roll with they've got these kind of interactive places here where you can walk up and actually hear the music, because that's what it's all about, it's the music. So you can check out different samples and play different songs and things like that. This section's about people who protested against rock and roll and more of the controversial stuff that happened there. Frank Zappa and Ice-T on the cover of Rolling Stone. Elvis obviously got his own section with all kinds of Elvis Presley stuff. If you're ever in Memphis, you definitely want to go to Graceland. There's just a morsel of that here, though, with some movie posters, guitars, again, handwritten lyrics, show bills, things like that, and a guitar used, or a motorcycle used in one of his movies. Showing the Jungle Room there on the screen. Got a record cutter here. Definitely wanted to get a close-up on this. Because, we are the vinyl community, of course. So there's a close-up of the equipment it takes to actually cut a record back in those days. Chuck Berry, Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll, filmed at the Fox Theater in St. Louis. And so, that's why it says Blueberry Hill. That's a Fats Domino song, but Blueberry Hill is the restaurant. I showed that in a previous video that Chuck Berry co-owned and used to frequent all the time. It's still there as well. Over here you got Wanda Jackson, some of her clothing and guitar and whatever. Just she started off more rockabilly, kind of went a little more country. Sonny Thompson, his guitar, got the cap there, the big gold suit. All kinds of cool stuff there. Ricky Nelson's acoustic guitar, Eddie Cochran's cowboy shirt. Buddy Holly's jacket. You got Buddy Holly and the Chirping Crickets there, the album. That is a reissue. That's not an original. So much for integrity here. But yeah, you got, what is that? Buddy Holly's jacket, Bobby Darin's acoustic guitar, Richie Valens' shirt, Fats Domino's jacket, Dion's electric guitar is there, Eddie Cochran's cowboy shirt, I think I mentioned that already, Jackie Wilson's sweater, Life magazine, Mother-in-law, sheet music. So here we go with Carl Perkins included in this exhibit, and you got the guitar there, some clothing, Jerry Lee Lewis part of this as well. Elvis again with a few more things on there, and blue suede shoes. Now I don't think those are Carl Perkins' blue suede shoes. Maybe they are, but he wrote that song about another guy's blue suede shoes from the legend there. But yeah, a lot of the Sun artists featured in this exhibit. Motown, all kinds of cool stuff from Detroit. Bass guitars and superstars. You got Otis Wilson of the Temptations jacket. You got Martha Reeves' dress. That bass guitar belonged to Jermaine Jackson. And Don Peake of the Wrecking Crew, his guitar is there. You got the bass of Rick James. Over here you've got a lot of a band called the Charlatans. That's a lot of stuff from their guy George Hunter. You got Quicksilver Messenger Service, David Freeberg's bass. Also carved guitar from Quicksilver Messenger Service. Jack Cassidy's bass as well. There's Janis Joplin drawings and a couple of rifles. But yeah, Jack Cassidy, Jefferson Airplane's bass. You got Yorma's coat, Yorma's shoes as well. So here's all about the LA scene. Some stuff here like you got Bill Payne from Little Feat, his notebook. You got Stevie Nicks' outfit. Some handwritten lyrics for some Neil Young songs, Heart of Gold and The Needle and the Damage Done. Cass Elliot from the Mamas and the Papas, her dress there. Petula Clark's dress. Didn't think I'd see that at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Colin Bloomstone with the Zombies, his sweater is in here. Brian Epstein's personal diary. John Lodge of the Moody Blues, that's his bass guitar. Handsome Dick, the New York Dolls drumhead there. You got televisions and Marky Moon, Talking Heads shirt. Leather jackets from, and Blondie as well represented in this one. All kinds of cool stuff. See that Ramones shirt over there? That is not just any Ramones shirt. That is Sid Vicious's Ramones shirt. Cherry Chimes, that's his jacket and boots. And Dee Dee Ramone's bass there. Jerry Curry from the Runaways, those are her boots. All kinds of cool stuff on the punk section here. Tim Armstrong of the band Rancid, his guitar. A couple of things that belong to Jerry Only from the Misfits, that's his vest, and also bass guitar. You got a scrapbook for the Ramones, Joey Ramone's leather jacket, Dee Dee Ramone's bass guitar. Got Curtis Mayfield's hat there, also Rick Hall's bass guitar, Al Green's leather jacket, Sam Moore from Sam and Dave, those are his sunglasses. Nice jacket there with from Wilson Pickett. And that is Steve Cropper, his electric guitar. He's from Booker T and the MGs. Also, that cassette recorder belonged to Gamble and Huff. So that's what they would make demos of the songs that became insane hits with the Philly Soul. Right there on that. So, you know, pieces of history here. And this is the Bang Your Head heavy metal section. I thought they'd have a much bigger section for heavy metal, but you get, you know, sheet music for Holy Diver. You get Alice Cooper's Boots. Right below Angus from AC/DC's vest. So you got, it looks like Angus is wearing Alice Cooper's boots. But Randy Rand of Autograph, his bass guitar. Max Cavalera of Sepultura's notebook. Leather cuffs from the once belonged to Eric Carr. Michael Anthony's bass guitar, of course, from Van Halen. Slash's guitar is in there. Bass guitar that was David Ellefson's from Megadeth. Rob Halford's coat. You can recognize the Anthrax logo there on the drum head. So not a really large heavy metal display there, but now we're in Seattle for the grunge years. Green River and the single soundtrack and Sub Pop represented the Temple of Dog project and Mother Love Bone as well. Got a concert poster from them, the Built to Spill concert poster. Those drumsticks are Matt Cameron's of Soundgarden and the guitar is Chris Cornell's. Jerry Cantrell's baseball shirt. You got Sean Kenny's shorts. He's also from Alice in Chains. And the Rolling Stones get their own large exhibition, drums, guitars, the usual stuff at this point. You know, you're kind of getting the sense of what's here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Clothing, instruments, sheet music, flyers, 40 licks, a set list. This is an entire case, though. Rolling Stones are the only ones that have one of these in here, I think, in a work-free drug place. It was the 70s, or maybe that was the 80s. Or maybe it was the 90s. It's hard to tell with the Rolling Stones. But yeah, cool stuff in there. Some photos and promotional jacket there from a radio station. Goat's Head Soup sweater. And here you have the Mellotron that was actually played on their Satanic Majesty's Request album. So you get a close view of that. And I wanted to show you the front. I'll show you the back so you can see the guts of the organ as well. There it is. She's a Rainbow. Citadel. Why don't we sing this all together? All the Rolling Stones classics on that album. Let's check out the Beatles, and you know, I mean, this stuff speaks for itself. I mean, their guitars, their early suits, handwritten lyrics again. Seems like there's a lot of empty space on this. They could have filled that up with a few more things, but just a lot of handwritten lyrics, a lot of scribbles on notes and things like that. You got handwritten lyrics for Hey Jude, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and Your Blues, and a bunch more. There's John Lennon's Passport from 1976. And here's the Asher family piano. Is that the one that Hey Jude was written on, or was it Good Day? So I know some songs were written on that. The Beatles, as Paul McCartney wrote on those, wrote on that piano. The back, okay, well the back doesn't show anything really. So, but yeah, that's the piano. That's the one that made history. They're doing a Women in Rock feature. I think this is permanent, though. I don't think it's a temporary thing. They always got to separate the women for some reason, so you get a lot of dresses there. And, yeah, walking in here, you get Blondie, some cool stuff, jackets and guitars, and I don't remember that gold suit, Blondie. The Pretenders. Good to see them having their own, like, little section here. Again with the clothing, and UB40 gets their own thing. I did not see that coming. Depeche Mode, their guitars, the suits, and their synth setup, so you can get a real nice close look at their synth. All that goes into making those sounds. Wow, that's a lot for just doot 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 doot. I guess it's a little more than just that, though. Huge wall-size blow-up of Born to Run, the Bruce Springsteen album there is with Clarence Clemens. And how can they blow up an album cover to be the size of that, but they can't blow up a CD cover to be the size of a vinyl record cover without making it all blurry? Okay, so here we have Patti Smith, her Braves jacket. A little Patti Smith doll. Her boots that are duct taped up. Alabama Shakes there. Are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I don't think you have to be in the Rock and Roll, like inducted, in order to have a little exhibit here. There's Shirley Manson from Garbage. Her clothing. And what do we got here? Björk. Some people like Björk, you can just see that shirt there is just synonymous with her. You see some people's clothing, you know exactly who it is. But like some things like that gold jacket, I would never put that with Blondie. So, Melina Moyer. The Go-Go's. Hot Pink. Handwritten lyrics, drum there, and that's the lyrics for We Got the Beat. And Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. Suzanne Vega. I don't recognize that kind of shirt dress or gloves, but that's what she was wearing. I guess on the cover of that, probably not. Looks a lot lighter. And the Runaways. Now there's some rock and roll for you. Definitely recognize that costume there and that guitar, and those are the handwritten lyrics for Cherry Bomb, one of the best rock songs ever, let alone song from the Runaways. And of course, right next to the Runaways, you got Joan Jett, her guitar, and the jacket that she wore on the cover of the I Love Rock and Roll album. So here we have Sly and the Family Stone. Again, I mean, you see that, well, especially since it says Sly right on it, but even if it didn't say that, you would know who who that belongs to, and Elton John just by the top hat alone. But again, just so you, in case you don't know, Elton in huge letters. B.B. King, man, the way these people used to dress, I wish I could get away with wearing a jacket like that. That is badass. And Madonna, I don't necessarily need to wear that, but I would love to have something like that B.B. King jacket just to walk to Walmart in or something like that, in some Green Day stuff. We have the Doors. I don't remember those pants. Those are some pants right there, and that shirt is completely clashing with it. But yeah, the Doors there, guitar, concert bill, handwritten lyrics. Yeah, Riders on the Storm. More Doors. I recognize that coat, though. That's the Morrison Hotel coat, right? On the cover of Morrison Hotel? Maybe not. But, yes, concert photos. Some typed letters. You never want to get those. I think that's probably saying Jim Morrison can't play here anymore. Okay, we got the OJs. That's really cool that they were able to put the album and get actually the clothes that all three of them were wearing on the cover of the album. And Mojo Nixon here with a guitar, well, with the, the clothing too, but the guitar on the back saying that Dean Martin is my god. That's your god, Mojo. Beyonce. And she pulled off that look apparently at one point or another. And Queen Latifah, Melissa Etheridge, Annie DeFranco. Wow. Jimi Hendrix, again, obviously huge enough to have his entire own huge exhibit, as he should, with the the handout cards and the concert bills, photos. Nice program there for the Monterey Pop Festival. Handwritten lyrics for Merriman I Should Turn to Be, 1983. Yeah, pretty amazing. I mean, obviously, people are going to be more interested in some artists more than they are others. This is real interesting. Handwritten lyrics for Purple Haze with completely different lyrics. Purple Haze, Jesus Saves. Purple Haze, Beyond Insane. Is it pleasure or is it pain? Down on the ceiling, looking up at the bed. See my body painted blue and red. I see fetus unborns painting at the time. Rush through space, my hair is blowing in their minds. Through the haze, I see 1,000 crosses scratched in the... And that's where it ends. But yeah, obviously none of those lyrics were used in the finished song there, so that was neat to see that. I prefer the released version lyrics. I do like Purple Haze Beyond Insane, though. That's pretty cool. Oh, man, Jimi Hendrix and the clothes. Yes, and these green velvet pants, another look. I wish I could pull that off. You just can't walk around with that, though, and the Midwest. You can't, or anywhere at this point. That is strictly for the 60s, or if you're on stage. Here is the soundboard from, where's that from? That is from, it just says studio. So I'm assuming that's, where Electric Ladyland was recorded. I'm assuming that's the one used for Electric Ladyland, or, Are You Experienced or whatever. Looking, compared to what's out now, looking kind of primitive. But, man, the sounds he was able to get out of that. Electric guitar. You can see it's stringed for left-handed. And Janis Joplin with a huge exhibit, too. Again, she should have one, and she does. Great clothing there, purple shirt, acoustic guitar. You got album covers. Love that bass right there is really cool. The Pearl album, some sheet music there for Crybaby, her bracelets. Some notes. Random. Some things they put in here, it's like, this is what they just found, you know? Somebody just had it and just donated it. Got some little scribbled on notes. Just a random 45 for me and Bobby McGee. I guess it's because that was her only, you know, #1 or whatever. As we go into this room, they're celebrating hip-hop, 50 years of hip-hop at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A perfect time to talk about how I do not care about who the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducts or who they don't. I used to care about that. It's been about 30 years of not caring about that at this point. The people that get upset about that year after year after year after... It's like they're a business. They're not going to change their business model. They want to get as many people through the door buying tickets as possible. And if they're going to get rap fans in here, they're going to get country fans in here, they're going to get... If they thought they could get away with classical fans, they would put a classical section up. They're trying to be... They're trying to make that money. This is United States of America. If you want integrity, then go to Europe or something. But, man, the people that get upset about the same thing year after year after year, it's like just... I mean... Yeah, they should have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that's just rock and roll, but it didn't happen, and it's not going to happen. So there's no point. I mean, end of the day, who cares? I'm just here to look at Joe Strummer's beat-up guitar and Freddie Mercury's shoes, which I understand are both here somewhere. So yeah, that's what it's all. You're looking at clothes and instruments. I don't care who's inducted and who's not. And I don't care about that ceremony either. So if you hate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, consider this video your free tour. You don't have to give the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame any money, and you get to see all the exhibits. You're welcome. U2, not just the Edge, but Mr. Edge, as the shirt inside that jacket says. I don't remember that shirt. I don't remember the cowboy hat, and I don't remember that guitar. Tom Petty. Now there's some clothing for you right there. That's a rock star right there. I guarantee you that's from the 90s. That's how the rock stars dressed in the 90s. And there's there's the set list there. Looking like it's probably from 90 or so. There is a dry erase board that fans could leave messages on, so somebody just decided to leave the message, "You don't know how it feels." I'm assuming this is after that song is out, and that's not just something that someone left that inspired the song. And here we have the music of the Midwest. You know, it's in Ohio, it's in Cleveland, so they're going to celebrate the Midwest with Melissa Etheridge, who is from Indiana, I believe. Yeah, you got John Mellencamp, who is definitely from Indiana, and Kansas, who I believe are from Kansas. So, yeah. Wilco, all kinds of cool stuff there. Nothing says Midwest like some cowhide boots. Jim McCarty, guitar there. Dennis Thompson of MC5, that's his vest. So really cool stuff. No, the McCoys, wow, all right. Iggy Pop represented in there as well. Flamin' Groovies, concert flyer. And this is the second level. This is actually level 2, and that's the garage. Now, there's not a lot of exhibits in here. The Behringer, yeah, the sound, yeah, that's a great soundboard. I've actually used those, a smaller version, but the same principle, so I could actually work on that one, unlike the Jimi Hendrix one. I actually know that one. But the garage is not an exhibit place. It's mostly a place where you can just walk in and just hang out and listen to people play instruments, or you can just pick up an instrument and play it, or just play it. You don't want to pick up a keyboard there, but you can pick up a guitar and just start bass and just start playing. And you can form an impromptu band, so that's pretty cool. They're playing Green Day, unfortunately, but it's the idea of the thing. But yeah, you just select a song if you want. You can karaoke, you can play an instrument. They got all kinds of guitars just laying around. And that's really cool. It's called the Garage. But again, not a place to spend a lot of time looking at things. So that's what I was saying before, is the levels are not equal when it comes to things to look at. So don't think you have to rush through that level that we were just at, because these other levels, there's not anywhere near as much to see, unless you want to look at every little sticker on the wall here. That would definitely take some time. But we do have Bill Ward's drum and cymbal. Brad Willis from Rage Against the Machine, that's his cowbell. Roger Taylor from the Queen, drumsticks. Eddie Van Halen's guitar. Chi Chang from Deftones' bass. Drumhead from the Cranberries. Ginger Baker's snare drum and a keyboard from the B-52s. Ian Gillian's congas. And here you have the actual, what would be considered the actual Hall of Fame, where they have the awards and all the inductees and who got which awards, whether it was the Early Influence Awards or the Musical Excellence Award or whatever the specific award was. You can see the award, you can see everyone that won it. So yeah, this is the actual, and again, they all look kind of the same, and you're basically just reading names on the wall, so you're not going to spend, again, nearly as much time on this floor as you would on level 0. All of their signatures, the various years, so you can go by alphabetical names, you can go by year, you can go by the individual awards. However you want to look for whoever's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Again, I never was really that into the induction ceremony or who got the awards or awards. I'm just here to see the shirts and the and the drum heads and the guitars and the, you know, the concert flyers and things like that. I'm not as interested in the awards. Rudolph Isley, talk about some clothing. There's some more clothing from the Isley brothers. They definitely knew how to dress. Earth, Wind, and Fire as well. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And here's a stand kind of in the middle of the room, just showing some kind of different things. I mean, you have the Fleetwood Mac stuff, the sheet music, the photos, Tina Turner's dress, Jeff Beck stuff, guitar. Like a permanent fixture, I guess. And this is the only thing that I remembered from coming here back in the early 90s was this Pink Floyd The Wall thing here. And this is huge, as you can see. But I thought when I came back, when I went in the 90s, that this was a temporary thing that they made, but I guess this is here permanently. So yeah, it just kind of shows the story in the wall kind of handwriting there about how it was conceived and why and all that. And then Billy Joel's motorcycles. I guess, did he have a motorcycle on the cover of an album or something? I don't remember Billy Joel going with a motorcycle, but he's apparently got a couple of them here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And the huge Soul Train logo, the Soul Train. So yeah, I used to be my favorite TV show as a kid. Now here's another kind of interactive thing, the Beat Lab. You can go in there and just make, it's basically drum machines that you can work with and make different rhythms and drums and whatever you want to do, what kind of thing you want to start off with, what kind of, music or whatever. And then you got Rod Stewart's clothes. That's pretty unmistakable. Michael Jackson's stuff too, from Smooth Criminal. And the glove. And so you got Michael Jackson, an early thing from him when he was in the Jackson 5 there. That's not something I would want to wear. There's the later kind of more, I'm the king of pop type stuff. And his loafers. So yeah, more exhibits back here. You got Kurt Cobain. Bunch of stuff there. Or actually, it just says Cobain. This isn't Kurt Cobain stuff. He didn't play a saxophone. That's George Thorogood and the Destroyers stuff. And here we have John Prine. Basically, his life there in a little case. Two cases, actually. Yeah, so it says Cobain on the wall here, and there's the guitar. Yeah, that's unmistakably a Kurt Cobain guitar with the neck just busted right off of it. There we go, and a power drill. And this is going to make some people's blood boil, but they have a Taylor Swift exhibit in here with her sweater and her gown, and I guess that chair came from a video or something like that, I'm assuming. But yeah, Taylor Swift has an exhibit in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Freddie Mercury's shoes. Those are long, thin shoes. More from Joan Jett. There's a drum head there, a couple of guitars. The bass is pretty nice. I love both those guitars are really nice looking. I think the black one though, the Les Paul there is the one that she really used a lot though, as you can tell from the wear on it. And Nile Rodgers, a blue guitar. Bonnie Raitt's. And then Elizabeth Cotton's acoustic guitar. Some of these guitars look so iconic, and then some of them are just so like, that could be anyone's acoustic guitar, you know. Whitney Houston exhibit here, I don't remember, well, I'm not a huge Whitney Houston fan, but I mean, I definitely don't remember any of those clothes. We got Aretha Franklin there on the wall. And the bass of John Paul Jones. And Lenny Kaye's guitar, looking really nice and shiny, actually. Well kept, well taken care. Well, I guess there's a little bit of a scuff there on the side. And a guitar of Steve Vai. Don't recognize that guitar. I always picture him with that green guitar he had, but that's apparently another one of his guitars. And that is a guitar from Mr. Jerry Garcia. As you can tell with the Grateful Dead logo on there. Sharp guitar. No headstock on that one. That, of course, is a punk rock guitar. It's been through a lot. That is Joe Strummer's guitar. Look at that. That is beat up. Punk rock. It's like the electric guitar version of Willie Nelson's. And here we have Bon Jovi, and if you continue to level 6, you'll see Bon Jovi Forever, a one-of-a-kind special exhibit. Oh, looks like we're out of time. If you want to see that, you'll just have to come to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yourself. I can't believe I came here when it was Bon Jovi time, and they've got a whole floor dedicated to that group. This is the outside of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some unique architecture there with the part just kind of sticking out there. I thought that looked pretty cool. And that's going to wrap it up. I'm Robert Fithen, and I hope you enjoyed my tour of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Once again, free tour. You didn't have to pay anything. And you still got to see the exhibits inside. So if you were wondering all this time what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was all about, that's pretty much what it's all about. So again, hope you enjoyed it, and I will be hopefully talking to you again in a next video when I'll be showing some of the records that I bought while I was in Cleveland. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon.